Okay. My name is Helen Hammonds, HelenHammonds, and I'm here because I'm supporting the Riverkeeper and his push to get legislation for cleaning up the Yadkin River and developing the Yadkin River Trust Fund. But I'm also here because my husband is, in my personal opinion, and according to a lawyer that would have represented us and several environmental toxicologists, my husband is dead because of PCBs. PCBs cause a type of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and if the levels are high enough, 75th percentile or even higher, they're often linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. As it turns out, we had the blood work for my husband sent off to LabCorp and Harvard University. And LabCorp did the lipid studies and cholesterols, and Harvard did the PCB counts. And they ran his blood for 56 cogeners, which is 56 different types of PCBs, and showed up with 7, and his it was compared with an age group of 49 to 60 years old. My husband's blood values were 75th percentile or higher, and all the way up to the 95th percentile, with 4 specific cogeners that I understand have been identified through environmental studies at Badin Lake, being the highest. And furthermore, that those 4 PCB cogeners that were identified at Badin Lake are also identified as having been from ALCOA's electric or foil plant at the lake. So the way that we came all back around through this is that my husband was never exposed to PCBs that we could connect the dots at any point during his work history, but he was an avid outdoorsman. We fished and hunted several times a week. As far as fishing, he hunted all through the year for different game, but we fished a whole lot, especially 25 to 30 years ago. Just recently, within the last 5 or 6 years, we gradually haven't done as much fishing, but we used to fish at night, catch catfish and bass, and that's what we would eat for supper. As it's turned out, that seems to be the only place that we can find that he could have possibly been exposed to PCBs, and it's sad, but ALCOA is not wanting to take responsibility for their mess. They don't want to claim the PCBs, and I'm not sure that they're planning to clean them up. I have talked to legislators today, and I was not even aware that they could legislate anything to force ALCOA's hand. But my feeling on this is that if they can legislate some type of trust fund to clean this mess up, or if they can stop relicensure in lieu of creation of such a trust fund, or if they can just stop them from getting licensure and turn the electric facility back over to the people and the river and create green jobs, as have been mentioned in the laws that's up there to be passed or whatever. I'm just wanting to see something good come out of this. My next thing is, there didn't used to be signs at Badin Lake to stop you from eating the fish. There are signs at Badin Lake now and other lakes and other places along the Yadkin River, I'm sure, that say, don't eat the fish. If they say don't eat the fish, don't eat the fish. I saw a man, my daughter saw a man. I didn't see this particular man, but I've been to the lake and seen the same thing. My daughter saw a man with a stringer full of fish. And he's walking out holding the hand of his little 2-year-old, or she looked about 2 years old, 3-year-old child. And she said, "Don't eat those fish." The guy said, "Yeah, that's supper." And she said, "Please don't eat those fish. You didn't read the sign?" He said, "Well, something's got to kill you." And she said, "I'll give you $10 for that stringer of fish." And the man still took the fish and told her that he was going to cook them. He said, "I told you, that's supper." She said, "Well, don't feed him to the baby." PCBs are toxic. They are known to be carcinogenic, and they cause liver damage, kidney damage, and immune system diseases, and immune system cancers, lymphomas. They're just not good. And if we can get them cleaned up and hold ALCOA accountable for the mess that they've made, if they'll just clean up their mess, that would be, this is just horrible. But anyway, that would be the best thing in the world. I'd like to see the legislation passed. And I'm getting rambling. I'm too